This is Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently read The 7 Deadly Friendships by Mary Demuth. She also wrote Every Day with Jesus, and this is actually very, very useful. She talks about narcissists and fakers and con men and liars and predators. What's interesting is she'll list each of the traits that these people possess, and of course she'll also state to the fact of the reader if they are feeling a little bit like a hypochondriac. And most of the time in that particular chapter, the person has nothing to worry about. But it's very short, it's succinct, and it has answers to all of these deadly friendships that we should avoid or completely cut out of our lives to begin with. And that part might be the most difficult of all. I actually had a dramatic Drake in my life. And yeah, we talk, but other than that, I never see him. But I feel a lot better now that I don't have to deal with his hyperbole and just the fact that he's so negative about everything. Oh my goodness. I don't understand why that is, but he's actually a mixture of a narcissist and somebody who's uber dramatic. So he's a real field day. But other than that, he still considers me his friend, which I think is really interesting, but it's going to be at a distance now because I don't want to bother with the drama. But nonetheless, this is a really excellent book, and it gives you really concrete examples as to what Joseph the dreamer did and what Jesus did, and how some of us even have some of these traits. And yes, we all fall short. Sorry, I'm kind of tired, so that's why I'm probably slurring right now. But it just makes us realize that Jesus is the ultimate healer, and he forgives our sins. Thanks be to God. And those of us who are introspective, we work through these faults, we work through these foibles, and we better ourselves over time. And even if you have some of these traits, you can always overcome them. And don't make the same mistake again. You could always learn. But this is a wonderful book, and I'm going to see if there's anything written on Mary. Let me see here. Yes, on the very back cover says that Mary is a writer, speaker, podcaster, and an artist who loves to help people live re-storied lives. Author of more than 30 books, including Christian living books, of which this is one, Southern fiction and devotionals, latest Jesus Every Day. Mary speaks around the country and the world, praying as she goes. She is the wife of Patrick and the mom of 3 adult children. And what I think is really nice about this particular book is the fact that she actually prays for the person reading it, and then she explains the whole idea of how the book is supposed to help you. But I'm going to give you the 7 deadly friendships anyway. Narcissism, I already mentioned that. Liars or unreliable people. Predators, con men, tempters, fakers, and dramatic people. Those are all the 7 deadly friendships that either must be avoided or completely snipped out of our life. Snip, 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 snip. Or as my mom would say, to the curb! Kick him to the curb! Yeah, Ma, I love you. But that's one thing that my mom's sensibility was very blunt. She was straightforward and to the point like a true Sagittarian. And she would call it as it was, and she never deviated. If it was something that she didn't agree with, she would tell you straight up. She didn't care if she stepped on your toes, and she wouldn't walk around on eggshells. She would directly tell you straight to your face. But one thing I never understood was her indecisiveness. She had the only time she was indecisive is when we would go out to the mall and we were choosing clothing, and this is why I hated shopping with her, but we had fun. We had fun despite that, because it was like being around my sister that I never knew I had. I know that sounds weird, but she was my friend. She was my mother. She was a confidant. She was the sister I never knew I had. And actually, Monday was her birthday, and she would have been 82. Actually, probably 81, because Daddy turned 82. Yeah, she would have been 81. I had to think about it for a minute. No, wait. Daddy would have been 83. Yeah, I think I have this right, because Daddy turned 83 in August. So Mom would have been, yeah, she would have been 1 year younger than Dad. So I thought about that, and it invoked a lot of really happy imagery for me. Normally it would make me a little sad, but it didn't this time. It was actually something nice, and I guess it's true that time does heal wounds, and I know I'm going to see her again at some time. She and Dad both. Excuse me. But that's all I have to say, so until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.